It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
Hi guys, 3rd of October 2019, 3:15 p.m. CET. Piotr here, meaning that we are going to cover the New York cash session. Especially we are going to focus on US PMI as well as US PMI services as well as US ISM non-manufacturing. But overall, later today as well as the whole day tomorrow is gonna be huge from the dollar perspective. We have few Fed speakers. We have Powell and Clarida, as well as Rosengren, Mester, Kaplan, Bostich, Quarles and Brainerd. We have today, as I mentioned, non-manufacturing ISM. We do have tomorrow non-farm payrolls, and that's in relation to I'm talking about all of this the next 2 days because data as well as the Fed speakers, they might give us some hint towards the October FOMC meeting. So it's a huge day, but looks like pound is trying to take over, right? Yes, pound is the strongest right now, and looks like the bulls of the cable, they like Johnson's speech in relation to the Brexit. So pound spiked higher right now, trading around 23.70-75. But before we start, let's have a quick risk warning, guys. As usual, please bear in mind, trading FX on margin, trading crypto carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for investors. You can sustain a lot of some or your initial investment, so please do not invest the money you cannot afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking your money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. All right, so what we have? I had some issues with the internet connection just before we finished our morning meeting. If you remember, I've been short post UK PMI services week number below 50, and I've been stopped out almost immediately, right? But there is a big but. Yeah, it's here. But, and I have to show you, just, you know, for all those haters around, yeah, he was stopped out, yeah, he's doing live and he was stopped out, great. Anyway, for all those haters around, I've been short again pound, and I grabbed 3R, and so let's discuss this position, because it was very interesting what happened, right? So overall, if you remember, let me get back to the platform for a second. No, it's okay. Let's have it here. So what was all about? It was, if you remember, we were talking about this equals move to the upside, right? We found this equal moves to the upside, okay? And post UK data trade was somewhere close to 2304, right? With the stop above 12. That was the base. It was like this, right? Sorry. It was like this. So the second move of the same size, right? And what happened of this 2304, that I've been stopped on this spike right here, right? And they immediately went lower. So there was I made the third measure, as you can see, and I've been looking to short around this level, and I found the solution. And I found the solution on the 1 minute chart, right? So here was this equal distance to the upside, right? That was the top, and as you can see, I didn't grab the top, so I'm not talking that I'm trading equal. I'm trading just the tops and bottoms, right? So that was the top of that third equal move, right? Then was some kind of the pullback. And market started to rise, right? Market started to rise. So that was the second point, and unfortunately, market was weak enough, and there was an attempt to break, right? So for me, the third one was very important. The third move to the upside was very important. So if you see here, 18, I had like 10 pips stop loss. I had a 10 pip stop loss, right? And I had like 28 pips to the downside, the target, okay? So it was almost 3R, and everything of that been hit. So I'm going to explain in details what was behind this move. Let's get back to the platform. So we know that it was based on this third move, right? The thing is that I like this type of the moves. We spoke about that few times. When you are approaching some possible supply and creating the formation which many trying to use, in that case, to trade the break to the upside, right? We're doing something like this, right? So if there is a supply over here, right, and we have this type of the setup, I would, instead of the trying to trade this break to the upside, right, what I'm doing, I'm checking the distances, right? And it was, in our case, in case of my short, it was twice 61.8 pullback, and that was my short setup. So let's check. Okay, so first move to the downside, rally 61.8, right? Another move down to the bottom, rally 61.8, engulf, all right? Again, it was possible to grab this short a little bit better, but I've been waiting for any kind of the rejection because of this break of this trend line. So this upper shadow engulf, and that was my short setup. The stop was very, very close Yeah, I immediately recovered with profit the first loss, right? Because just, you know, to be frank, I've been short, and the first short was stopped out. The second recovered the losses, and I'm green. I'm green, but I'm holding dollar Swiss franc, and it's fighting around the parity again. And in case of the good, congratulations, MHB. Congratulations. Yeah. That also yeah. They moving much faster, right? Yeah, because of where they are. Anyway, congratulations. Good thing. Positive and happy with what I've been trading on cable right now because of the parliament speech of the Johnson. We spiked higher. Now we are above Monday high. So what I'm looking for is simply I'm looking for a stronger pound. So it might be that we are going to retest, as you can see, we might retest the Monday high again, and we have some base around here, so that might be some buying opportunity in that case. As you can see from intraday perspective, we can trade both sides and reacting very quickly, right? But I'm still sitting short on this dollar Swiss franc, and yeah, the only thing is right now is a data announcement, so yeah, we will see. In case of the positive dollar data, right? So in case we are going to go higher here, right? I'm going to, and I'm gonna be stopped out. In that case, I'm very close to the decision about the gold short, right? I'm not sure if I'm not too late already, because finally they did what we've been talking about this morning. Finally they did it, and I'm not sure if I'm not gonna be too late, but you know, sometimes it's better to be too late than too early in the party, especially when the party is boring. So the US guys are going to trade this gold during the day, and you know, a little bit of the warmer sentiment toward the Brexit, right? That is still we switch from the no deal towards the possible deal, so no deal went lower. So overall, that might be positive. That might be positive from overall market perspective. So we might see some, for example, Nasdaq or DJ move a little bit higher. All right, especially yet on the Nasdaq, we are testing the levels from where we might see attempt to, you know, retest some broken levels like 7,600, 67,700, for example, right? So from that perspective, that might be positive tone, and we might see this continuation of the gold sell-off. But overall, we have to still wait 15 minutes towards PMI services and 30 minutes towards ISM non-manufacturing. Okay, so that's what we have. So let's have a look where we are from the Nasdaq perspective at the start of the cash market. Maybe there are going to be some long setup. So yeah, there we go. Cash open. The fear is, of course, the weak non-manufacturing, right? So that's where the fear is. And in case we are ISM, we are going to get what market is expecting around 55. I'm not gonna be surprised that we are going to see sky high. So what might be how market may want to manipulate us in that case. So let's have a look if we can take out the lows. If you can take out the lows pre-data, right, ahead of the data. That's the base on the daily chart. So let's switch to the green. That's based on what we've seen yesterday. Let's switch. Okay, so I'm very curious because that could provide that could be the hint that okay, they were in a rush to take out the low, to clean the stops. Well, that could be the possible scenario. The worst thing is if we are going to get very narrow range. That's completely different story. So for me, beginning of the October is like, you know, here the stop, here few pips to the upside on the euro dollar, here few pips to the downside on the dollar Swiss franc, then stop on the dollar Swiss franc, then few pips on the euro dollar again, then stop on the pound, then recovery on the pound. Yeah, bumpy road, but that's really how the market looks like at the beginning of the last quarter of 2019. No, they didn't decide to go lower yet. Range is getting wider and wider. 30 pips already. Still we need a little bit more. 30 points. In regards to the FX option, we are trading euro dollar at 55 and the high was around 75, and you shouldn't be surprised that we've seen the rejection as 10970, 1.5 billion, 110, 17 billion. So the upper levels are well covered. Dollar yen 107.10, 107, 1.2 billion. So they are going to try to hold that for sure. Cable 2420, 500 million. So that's why we stopped at least for now on the cable rally probably. If you remember, I've been looking to sell euro dollar this morning as well, but I canceled the order ahead of the UK data. So plenty of things around. Oil is trying to break lower. I was unlucky towards the end of the previous month. I was trying not to chase the market, and you know, there was no bounce on oil, no bounce. So probably they are going to revisit this 50 level, slightly above 50. That might be over under in place. So with oil I was unlucky, I have to say that. So what we have with this Nasdaq? So quite wide range, but did we make 0.5%? 33, and Nasdaq is above 7,000. So we 35, 38. Quite not there, but anyway, looks positive. The first 5 minutes looks positive. So let's make some measures, very easy. 1. So that's the distance of the first 5-minute trading range. Let's make it to the downside, and clear stop count is possible, and eventually then strong reversal in case of the good data. Unless the price action here, some can argue that that was the stop count here, and that could be the case, but we haven't touched this, do we? Have we? Sorry, we haven't touched the daily line, the green one. So that's the ideal scenario. That would be great. At least it looks like we have plan. So stop count to the upside of the first 5-minute trading range, pulling back. Daily open is a key. Daily cash open is a key right now, right here. Even I'm going to be stopped out on this dollar Swiss franc. I'm gonna be still green. That's one of the thing we are preparing. I can share a few more details. I'm talking what I'm talking about lately, that we are preparing, and actually it should start somewhere either late next week, right, or latest around the 20th should be ready. Some preparation, and that's one of the things is going to be the monitoring of the full activity, and in connection with explanations of the strategy. Of course, it's gonna be the process. It's not gonna be provided, especially the strategies, everything like this. It's not gonna be provided at once because it's not gonna work out. I'm about to prepare short streams, right, as a collection. So from time to time we are going to discuss different strategies, different approaches from the intraday trading perspective, and then we are going to monitor, and we are going to check if this strategy is working better or if this strategy is working better. Hopefully we can create some nice community, and we can share the experiences of the different strategies. So that's what we are trying to do. Hopefully you will like it, and if you already liked what we are doing, then for sure, I'm pretty sure you will love it what we are going to do. In that case, share the information with your friends that we are doing stuff like this. We need to build the community around what we are doing, especially that cost you nothing, guys. And believe me, the knowledge we are providing here, others would like to charge you a lot for what we are talking about. So guys, let's build the community again, especially that costs you nothing. Or maybe, sometimes it's hard to build some kind of the community, especially when it's for free, because some are like, wow, free, so it's not worth. Well, anyway, we still have 5 minutes, so let's focus on what's going on here. Oh, yeah. The PMI the expectations are weaker, the ISM stronger. PMI, so the first one within next 4 minutes, it's 50.9 as the previous reading. So and I'm not gonna chase the PMI. In case of trading setups after the ISM non-manufacturing, so after around the top of the hour. Two minutes, guys. So what I'm going to focus on, euro dollar, cable, and yes, dollar yen this time. Especially as a dollar related event, and especially from the perspective where we are from the daily chart, right? That we are testing some important levels. Of course, I'm going to monitor what is going on Nasdaq. And yeah, gold is somewhere in the back of my head as well. On this 15-minute chart on this euro, something similar to what we've, but of course different rallies, 88. And here was 88 as well. Something similar to what we discussed on the cable. Well, pound didn't quite hit this 121 yet and didn't retest the Monday high. So what we have from the PMI perspective, $50.9 versus 50.9 expectations, flash 50.9, so as expected for now. And I would rather say the market may want to treat as a positive. And looks like the Nasdaq like it, because the ISM non-manufacturing expectations are higher, 55, right? Let me check again. Yeah, 55.1, previous 56.4. With all those numbers well below maybe not, but below 50, the 55.1 sounds amazing, right? isn't it? 1500 again on the gold. Well, but still 14 minutes left. But looks like either we taking the profit from the shorts on indices and on the dollar, or clearly someone knows something better. Looks like something is cooking here. Something is cooking. So clearly my dollar Swiss franc is under pressure. But again, because of this almost 3-hour move on the cable, I'm still gonna be green. So retest of this high on the cash market on Nasdaq. Right, 10 minutes left. So guys, a little bit very short break just to have some water or stuff like this. So yeah, I'm gonna mute my microphone for a few minutes. Okay, we have 2.5 minutes and we should see some volatility. This 5 minutes gold chart here, we are right at supply, and especially the previous 5, of course it's a 5 minutes candle, so it's completely different story. It may work, you know, for a few seconds, but I like those upper shadows over here and those rejections. Well, I may even try to second before, but it looks like we want to break that. Second before the data, I've been thinking to place some sell stop order, but again, depends on if it's strong, we might see the gap, and then the fill is gonna be at the first available price, might be much lower. So I'm going wait. I'm going to wait. Well, then I think the risk is to the downside from that high expectations. So if that's the case, it's not gonna help the dollar. Not sure even if we are going to be able to try to trade right after the announcement. If they spike higher. $10.20 is the blue line related to the weekly chart. 940 is a weekly open, and we were holding this level today on euro. Dollar yen trapped as well, but this megaphone, if it's going to work, so we have 3 touches to the downside, the third touch to the upside, pull back to the middle of the line, and rally. That's what dollar yen eventually, right? But it's a lot of work ahead. Still think that the Nasdaq can retest, hit stops under the yesterday low, and then eventually to make the turnaround. For now, gold and dollar yen saying that it might be positive surprise. Oil completely opposite. And dollar is lower, gold is higher, and ISM $52.6. That's what I thought. Expectations were too high. Expectations were too high. So we have these stops with less than 1 minute, 30 seconds. We'll see what next. So of course, that's good from the dollar Swiss franc perspective, at least for now. Risk off, dollar off. So yeah, but again, the same level where I partially closed yesterday. That's what we were discussing this morning. That's gonna be the case. This 99.70. And of course, very interesting what's going to happen at what 110, 110.25, right? And there is a huge continuation of the sell-off on the Nasdaq, breaking another important level. Gold in a strong fashion, moving higher. Well, that right here, right now. Dollar is at a very important level, because if we are going to break some levels here, we might end up see basket around 95. Meaning that we might go a little bit higher on euro dollar than 110, but I do expect some kind of the reaction, at least at the very beginning. Don't forget, guys, we are covering non-farm payrolls tomorrow. So we can switch back to hourly. So looks like gold want to hit the level, the original level around 1522. That's what MHB was talking about this morning. But I've checked, and yesterday I spoke about 1505, and previously about this original level, yes, 1520, 22, 25. So in that case, we can try to check again. The easiest way to check it is by the moves. Yeah, so top, even 1525 this time, guys. So be careful. So it's a very important moment from the dollar Swiss franc perspective. Let's have a look what we have. And yeah, guys, I again survived by, you know, and you've seen that this morning, right? And if we are going to break this 70 quickly, we might see 99.40, 99.30. So looks like buying euro dollar on pullback, selling USD Swiss franc on Riley. I mean, selling dollar on Riley overall right now. That's how it looks right here, right now. But because of what is going on with the stocks market, I would clearly and carefully focusing also on President Trump Twitter account, guys. In case of the, you know, some information related to the trade deal that is very close, maybe some comments from the Chinese side. All right, so we have to change the approach to the cable as well. And pound is approaching the supply based on the higher time frame. This break of that, so that's possible supply. Finally, after 3 days of uncertainty, congratulations, MHB. Congratulations, well done. No, it's not thanks to me, it's only thanks to you. It was your job, well done, so congrats. So now we know where is the supply. So it looks like this megaphone is not going to work. So we know where is supply on dollar yen. Dollar yen supply is around the 107. So retest of the round number might be the key. And yeah, there is something going on with dollar. But it's just started, so guys, really we don't have to be in a rush to try to, you know, chase the market. They will make the consolidation, a little bit of the pullback. They will do that, and then we have to try to take the opportunity, not with chasing the market, not with chasing the market. Let's check where should be the next line of the defense on Nasdaq. So we going, well, we are going to hit some more stops. So yeah, but the bounce today was poor like hell. That's going to be my supply check. 7,608 first check, and the next one somewhere around 7,640. And those I've mentioned before, higher 7,675, 7,700, plenty of those. Okay then. Come on, push it lower, guys, this dollar Swiss franc. Nice, another upper shadow around the parity. So finally, for those, just explanation, because I survived today, but yesterday when I survived this yesterday spike, if you remember, I took partial profit on the pullback towards this 70. The second part being stopped out today, right? Then, but I open it based on this move. Oh, sorry, guys. but then I reopen it, that half I've closed based on that move, right? So I reopen it here with the stop 1.5 pip above the original one, right? So I survived second time, but I had one stop, one profit, and looks like, you know what, I don't wanna be caught with some news, so at least break even, and in case they don't wanna go lower, I'm going to take that one here. Euro is testing 110 and is first time rejection here. So yeah, with the pound I'm gonna be good ahead of the non-farm payrolls tomorrow. I'm going to have some space in case of, you know, tricky trade tomorrow. Thank you, MHV. It's extremely lucky. Yesterday it was even less than 1 pip, 0.7. Well, we need some kind of the news related to, you know, limited output or some cooperation between Saudis and Russia. Probably we are going to get something, I mean, some kind of the fake news somewhere here. We are going to get some fake news around 50. Otherwise, abyss. If you remember what I've been talking about, where we are going to medium long term, it's still valid. I've been away, if you remember, when that stuff happened, right? And I missed that trade. Then I've been trying not to chase, but there was no bounce on oil, and I miss oil. But I do expect bounce from 50. I do expect bounce from 50. I'm not saying I'm gonna trade long side, but I do expect bounce, and maybe I will find the opportunity to try to sell it. We still might not see full dollar breakdown today. Some may still wait for the average earnings tomorrow, the detail from non-farm payrolls. So I'm not gonna be surprised if we are not going to see full breakdown on the dollar today, like euro dollar 1050 or 25 on the pound, or I don't know, 99 on dollar Swiss franc. They may still want to hold us till tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, I remember the one trade with this upper shadow, right? I remember that trade. It was so nice. There was the upper shadow and we were trading somewhere close to the EA release, if I'm not mistaken. That was that trade. Yeah. Thank you, MHB. Thank you. So they retest, they hit some stops under 70, hitting 99.62 on the Swiss franc, and they are recovering here. Of course, London fix is going to be important. Let's have a look on a smaller time frame where we are. So we can still retest the entry level. I may try to add into that position. Well, we will see. It was very close stop. I remember that was the great one. So what I don't want to see on the dollar Swiss francs, some kind of the range, tricky one. I'm leaving my stop where it is, because even if I'm gonna to be stopped out, I'm gonna still be good. I'm gonna still be good for a day. So I'm not moving. I'm just covering the loss over here. So lower the stop to break even, not moving lower. We will see. So pound is reacting at supply, euro is reacting at 110, everything is reacting. So that was that might be the you know, some kind of the consolidation. In case we are going to have this lower shadow, but this 30 minutes candle is going to close above 7,500, that also might be something. But I'm not in rush, guys, today. I think more fireworks to come tomorrow around non-farm payrolls. And don't forget, we are covering non-farm payrolls live. I'm gonna leave it as it is here with this final dollar Swiss franc short in play, with the stop already moved to break even. Maybe something during the second part of the US session, but I don't think so. I wanna do something unless we have huge breakouts or breakdowns, right? Then maybe, but otherwise I'm not gonna do anything. I'm good thanks to this second cable short position. Even the pound right now is 100 pips higher than what I've been trading short side. So I'm leaving as it is here. It was my pleasure to be with you guys today here. Join me tomorrow during non-farm payrolls. Don't be trapped later today. Be careful. You know, the stocks fell enough to spur some fake news, fake positive news around. So be careful. Don't be trapped trying to chase short side. Thank you very much. Again, my pleasure, and guys, see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day. Goodbye.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.